Thank you, Stephen. So as mentioned, at the bottom of the screen is the Q&A button. Thank you for listening patiently through our presentation this afternoon. Now it's your turn to do some of the asking. Feel free to ask a question and we will try our best to answer it live. I noticed there are some there already, so we'll have a look at some of these and see who can answer them. So top of the list, I see, where are you at with developing bank feeds for banks where there is no connectivity, e.g. the Reserve Bank? I can probably answer that as best of anyone, because I know, Fiona, where that's coming from. MYOB are looking at building bank feeds for other banks where possible, and they are working on that currently. I don't have an update for you specifically, other than that is currently on their schedule to work through. Another question regarding the mobile app. Does suppliers module have mobile app interaction? Susanna, are you in a position to answer that one?
Yes, so yep, can everyone hear me all right? Cool. Yes, so the suppliers, you can access supplier business accounts, you can access your AP, you can access your POs. So if there's any other information that you need with regards to suppliers, then that can be exposed to the mobile app as well. So any screens not on the mobile app can be exposed if needed.
Thank you, Susanna. The next question, we operate a number of different businesses and entities through MYOB Advanced, including issuing invoices to other entities in the group. Is there a way for the invoices issued by one entity to be entered as payable in another entity seamlessly? Stephen, can you answer that one?
Yeah, absolutely. As I alluded to in the information around Acumatica, there is some functionality coming to actually automate some of that process around cross-company transactions. We have actually built some customizations to support that though for a number of clients previously. So there is if there is a specific requirement that you have, please don't hesitate to reach out and we can discuss that in more detail if that's something that you need in the shorter term as well.
Thank you, Stephen. Next question from Melissa. Are bank feeds available? Yes, they are. They have been available for since the 2019 release last year, and they're available for most banks. As Fiona alluded to, they're not there for the Reserve Bank as yet, but they are available for you to set up as in your current version now. Next question, can we tune the list of products in the customer portal to a subset of products from our database? Susanna, are you able to answer that one, please?
Yeah, sure. So the way the portal works is it utilizes the item sales categories to expose any items allocated to a sales category or a defined sales category, and those are then appearing in the customer portal for your customers to select. So it can be a rule where any item assigned to an item category flows through to the portal, or we can choose a subset of categories.
Thank you, Susanna. Next question from Jonathan. Can we use a 2FA enabled email account in Advanced? So 2FA is two-factor authenticated email, and Advanced uses two-factor authentication itself. I presume, Jonathan, you're talking about as a system email account, and I'm not 100% sure of the answer to that one. Is anyone else able to answer that one, or do we take that one on notice? We might need to take that one on notice, Jonathan, and get back to you. When is the staff portal for MYOB Advanced available? Someone has commented, just saw the MYOB PayGlobal Self Service on the website. Is that available in Australia yet? Stephen.
Yeah, thanks, Kelly. Absolutely. The employee self-service features were released, I believe it was in 2020.2. And we've significantly expanded the functionality around the MYOB Advanced People module, introducing all of those self-service features, not only within the portal experience, within the advanced browser experience, but also within the app as well. So that's a full function available to any employees. Essentially, in terms of licensing, that does require an employee license for an employee to log in and use the employee self-service features. And then any approval requirements that you have in terms of managers that need to approve leave, whether it's part of an approval workflow, approval map, they will need a higher level license, such as an exec or another license to actually manage that approval process. The second part of that question was around sort of the PayGlobal Self Service. I believe that is now available within Australia as well as New Zealand. Of course, PayGlobal is the very sort of high end of the MYOB enterprise space in terms of large number of employee requirements. Certainly, if that's something that you need some more details on, please don't hesitate to reach out to me and we can provide you with some more details. We can connect you with the right team at MYOB to support you and assist you with that. I'll hand back to you now, Kelly.
Yeah, I was just wondering, Stephen, there are a couple more questions there that you would want to address about Shopify and designing your own profit and loss reports.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. So there's a question here about how simple is it to design your own profit and loss reports. Of course, within Advanced, we have the ARM tool to assist you with creating your own profit and loss, other financial reports that you might have. Some of our clients tend to find that Excel is a little bit of an easier space for that. Of course, all the accountants in the room love Excel. It can be one of our favorite tools. Within Excel, there is actually an integrated reporting module called Exo that's available. If you think of Exo as essentially being an Excel-based add-in that provides real-time access to your advanced data and a set of extended functions basically within Excel to give you access to that data through your advanced tenant. So with Exo, we can do not only financial type reporting around your general ledger or other statistical ledgers, for example. We can also do project reporting, and there is additional functionality coming out that's going to extend that into any other sort of form of reporting where there's an available generic inquiry. So it's a great module if you're really trying to provide standard template-based reports, potentially, specifically around board packs and things like that, where Excel is a tool of choice. Alternatively, we also do leverage a product called Focus Analytics, which is a business intelligence tool that provides real-time, predominantly operational BI, but it also has a strong financial reporting suite as well behind it. That's more around real-time BI and dashboarding with the sort of drill through capabilities and the ability to slice and dice that data. Quite different to your advanced dashboards, which are about a point in time view of data. Focus Analytics essentially introduces that ability to ask questions of your data, really useful for sales type requirements where you want to enable a sales team to really understand customer purchasing behavior, things that they're buying, things that they're not buying, the exceptions in terms of where clients are no longer purchasing from you and things like that. So there's a couple of great tools there to support that requirement. Another question here around Shopify e-commerce and the ability to actually integrate that with Advanced. Yes, we actually do have strong integration capabilities within the Advanced product. There's a number of CRM solutions such as Salesforce and HubSpot that we can integrate to directly within the Advanced platform. We also have integration into a number of e-commerce platforms through a third-party connected service that we use called Kenzium. And they actually have a Shopify, a BigCommerce, and a Magento connector to support with those requirements. So if you need further assistance around that, please don't hesitate to reach out. Another question here in terms of the ability for clients to pay online. A little bit similar to the client success story that I went through with Elvin Group. I think it was Elvin Group, yeah. So there is a connected service called Easy Collect. The primary function of Easy Collect is actually around accounts receivable workflow and automating those reminders, providing an accounts receivable CRM type process where you can really establish a low touch approach to your accounts receivable collections process. As a part of that, they have a portal which is called Simply Paid. If you think of Simply Paid as being a customer portal that just presents your outstanding invoices for a specific client. So we can have an automation where the client gets emailed an invoice or a statement. There's a pay now button on that. They click that link And there's a list of all the outstanding invoices with their amounts, whether they're, you know, totally outstanding or partially paid. They select those invoices to pay, put in their credit card details, make the payment, and then the EasyClick platform will actually automate the recording of that payment transaction with Advanced and the allocation of that payment across those invoices. So quite a good seamless process to take payments from clients and simplify and really just automate some of that manual processing that you're currently doing in the back office. Another question here that I might just continue on with, Kelly, if that's all right. Question about how secure is it to store data in the cloud? I suppose just to expand upon that, in essence, MYOB takes the importance of their security really, really seriously. They've gotten ISO 27001 certification around the Advanced platform. They're leveraging the Amazon AWS service in terms of their service, and it really is a top priority for that organization. We work with a whole range of public companies, government departments, where there's lots of questions asked in terms of the MYOB security processes, security, storage of that data, ensuring that it's stored within the Australian jurisdiction. And a lot of those questions, you know, they've been answered, and you could certainly feel confident in MYOB as your partner of choice to provide you a cloud platform that provides that required security. There's a question here from Erin in regards to user roles. Perhaps, Kelly, if you wouldn't mind taking that one.
Sure thing. So the question is, I heard you mention work had been done around user roles. Does this include restrictions around changing bank account details on suppliers? The answer is yes. There is a lot of, obviously we know there's a lot of sensitive data that is stored in MYOB Advanced. And if changes are made to bank account details, then you would want to know about this. There are two sort of components to this. There's the user role in terms of who has access to make these changes, and that can be quite specific as to a user has a role and they can make those changes. The second thing is that it's a standard automation schedule from MYOB Advanced to notify power users of any changes made to bank accounts on suppliers. That comes as standard. So if changes are made, there is an email that goes out to notify you, just so that you are aware in case to prevent any sort of unknown changes to the bank account details. I might just jump ahead and answer another one here as well. Fiona's asked, please clarify, there will be a free sandbox for preparation to upgrade to 2020.4. The free sandbox comes with the major upgrade, and if you've upgraded to 2020.3, then that was your major upgrade for the year. And then the step up to 2020.4 would be considered a minor, as it won't be such a major change in the background to the infrastructure. So there will only be one major upgrade for each client per year, whether that's 2020.3 or they could jump straight to 2020.4. And that's when MYOB provides the free sandbox. For the minor upgrades, because there's no sort of changes to the database structure in the background, they won't provide a sandbox free, as it's not expected that anything would break at all. Next question, to enable e-invoicing in advance, do we reach out to Kilimanjaro to make the product upgrades necessary? Stephen?
Yeah, let me answer that one. What I would be suggesting, Fiona, in terms of any requirements they have around that, is we could put you in contact with a service provider that could support those requirements and talk through the process from there. Let's deal with that one perhaps as an offline conversation. Now, I think you've answered. So Erin, just to answer your question in terms of how quickly those Acumatica upgrades appear in MYOB Advanced, there's typically about a 6 month, I'd say probably about a 6 month window between when Acumatica go into a general availability release of a major release and when that is released by MYOB. Of course, that's dependent a little bit in terms of the cadence of their local features. Of course, there's the advanced people product that's developed locally, as well as bank feeds and lots of the other compliance and tax requirements that are dealt with locally. So I'd typically say around a 6-month period. We'd certainly be expecting that release within the first half of next calendar year. Question there from Donald in terms of, are advanced upgrades chargeable? So one of the benefits of the advanced solution as a pure software as a service environment is the fact that you get the benefits of those upgrades, you get the benefits of those new features at no charge. They are applied to your environment. Of course, there is this process where we go through with clients around managing sandbox environments and supporting your testing. Typically that wouldn't involve any charge. If you have any sort of complex customizations or bespoke integrations where you need our support to assist with the reintegration of those due to a major product change over time, that's something that would be chargeable in terms of services. But generally, most of our clients find that with the way that the framework is structured, the way that MYOB does those releases, it's a fairly seamless process that they go through in terms of that upgrade cycle. Question here from Tanya around PayPal. Do you want to tackle that one, Kelly?
Can PayPal be integrated like a bank feed? Actually, I don't know the answer to that one. We might need to take that one on notice unless anyone else has an answer for that one.
I can comment if you like. So it just depends on the format that you're getting the statement out of PayPal. So it might be able to have the transactions imported rather than integrating into the bank feed. I think the bank feeds, we can check in with MYOB as to whether the PayPal institution is one of their supported banks. Alternatively, if that's not an option at this point, we can certainly write an import scenario to get that data into the bank transactions screen.
Susanna, well, we've got you. Can staff with company credit cards enter their transactions through the mobile app into banking?
Yes. So I'd have to verify whether that option is exposed already on the mobile app, but if it's not, we can certainly have that appearing in the mobile app for staff to enter their receipts, and then that goes against their corporate credit cards. Yep.
Just to potentially expand upon that as well, there were some features released in 2023 with the functionality around corporate cards. We do find though some of our clients are starting to utilize a service called Expense Manager. One of the benefits of Expense Manager, it actually provides the integration of the corporate card download facility and the automatic matching of that against the expenses that are recorded. The other benefit that they do provide is digital receipts through travel partners, organizations such as Uber, where you don't even need to get a physical receipt. The automated receipt, the digital receipts are pushed automatically and then matched against your corporate card. So if you do have a large requirement around travel, you're arranging a lot of travel on behalf of employees, those sorts of facilities, you may well actually find that it's worthwhile considering Expense Manager as a potential option as well. In terms of Fiona's question around the WorkCover features in 2020.4, essentially that's some extended reporting, some new generic inquiries and some new reports to provide increased visibility around the work. I could certainly take that offline if that would help you as well, Fiona.
And maybe Stephen, you could also cover a quick overview of the new employee self-service features in Advanced.
Yeah, absolutely. Self-service is something that we're finding lots of our clients are starting to adopt. The Advanced People module within Advanced has become a very strong part of the overall solution. And having a single Advanced app that includes not only your core advanced operations, finance features, reporting, but as well as that employee self-service aspect is a real benefit for employees as they try to navigate the systems and the line of business applications that you have in place. As of the sort of early 2020 series of releases, Advanced People was extended to bring in these self-service features. Essentially, that covers that sort of whole process. It can cover everything from time card and expense management in core advanced business through to sort of the leave request approval processes, understanding what leave's been approved across your team through the use of calendars, And then the visibility around pay slips, visibility around other employee information as well. So the employee self-service really just deals with that whole, rather than pick up the phone and ask the payroll officer, let me look on the app and just ask the question. So the ability to actually look at what leave is available, forecasted projected leave, in 2 months' time, gets rid of a lot of those to phone calls. So it's a significant benefit that it can bring to your organisation, Melissa, if you're not already using it now. I'm just going to hand back to Kelly.
And Susanna, there's lots of questions on the mobile app. Everyone's very interested in this. Can staff with company credit cards enter the transactions through the mobile app into banking?
Yes, so I think we touched on that before, but certainly it is a new feature, the corporate credit cards function in Advanced. So I'd have to verify if it's actually on the mobile app version as yet. But if not, then certainly we can look at exposing that transaction screen onto the mobile app so that staff can record their receipts on the credit card transactions they incur.
Okay, excellent. Caleb is asking about the mobile app. Is it planned to allow lead management on the app to manage new leads, for example, that may be received on the go? Susanna, are you available? Can you answer that?
Yeah, that's fine. Hey. So yes, I can see the leads is not exposed at the moment on the mobile app. So certainly we can do that for you. You can create a contact, create an opportunity, but the actual lead creation is not currently there. But yes, you can certainly have that appearing through to the mobile app.
Thank you. And next question, can data be integrated between MYOB PayGlobal and MYOB Advanced? Stephen, can you answer that one?
Certainly, Kelly. MYOB PayGlobal is MYOB's enterprise level payroll and workforce management solution. There are a number of clients that have actually integrated between PayGlobal and Advanced, particularly around general ledger transactions and automating some of that process. That's something we can discuss with you offline. Certainly happy to discuss that further. I'll make the point of reaching out to you, Mira. Another question here around OCRing for AP bills. It's a good question, Stephen. In Acumatica 2020 R2, there are some features around document scanning, in essence, where the solution will actually scan documents. It's quite a comprehensive solution. We're still yet to see what will be happening with that in terms of the localization and whether that OCR scanning engine will be fully available within the local market. Some steps to go through with that, but certainly that provides some significant plumbing and framework that MYOB will be able to leverage. And that's actually about not just AP documents, but also extending that into a range of other documents and around a range of other things as well, where PDF attachments, for example, from clients could potentially be scanned and OCR'd in place within the Advanced solution. So some great features coming to MYOB Advanced soon. And I think that is it in terms of questions. So I'll just hand back to Kelly.
So we've come to the end of our session today. Just like to say thank you all for attending. It's obviously not the same as running the session in person and being able to meet you all face to face, but for some of you, it may have actually been easier to join virtually. So a final thank you to the sponsors today, the presenters, and all the other Enterprise Group staff behind the scenes for making today possible. We will see you next time, maybe in person. Farewell.